Does my opinion matter? Am I a co-host or am I a co-host?
What does it matter to you? Are
I
you
like
reading
to
it? Are
I
you
like to
looking at it?
see our audio,
Oh,
and
yeah?
then I like to be able to see that on the side.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for having an opinion.
Well, I just didn't know. I didn't know you cared about this or this. Although I see you sometimes look at this.
You know how I like it.
Oh, I know.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our little program here. Okay, so New Year's resolution. You want to buy less, spend less. Can you talk about it? Why?
Well, we watched that documentary a couple months ago about just overconsumption. We buy so much crap.
Yeah.
It all 90% ends up in a landfill.
Not we Americans, honey. Grandma T is listening. Americans buy so much crap. We are very spendthrift.
So I want to be very conscious of what we spend, what we throw out.
Yeah.
I want to keep and use everything we already currently own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Agreed.
that will be good for the environment and good for our finances.
Yeah. Our HOA is going up to $459. We moved here in 2020, so in 5 years, our HOA has gone up 91%. Okay, that's almost double. Thanks, Joe Biden. I agree. I want to be more, I just want to be smarter with spending. And we're not foolish. Like, we don't buy designer clothes. We don't go on vacation. We don't go out and drink and party. But we don't make a ton. So we need to be frugal, thrifty, smart.
Yeah, we don't spend crazily right now, but
Yeah.
we could be better.
Yeah.
And also just, I don't want to be supporting Amazon and their overconsumption, over creating crap for the masses.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of it.
What was the name of that dog?
And oop.
The name of the documentary is Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy. I'll begrudgingly go there with you for those reasons, but I'm just thinking we just need to spend less and just overall.
Right. I want to be good about saving this year, better than we have been in the past.
Yeah. We can accomplish that by this declaration that I'm now making. We will only eat Chinese food and pizza when we go out to dinner or when we get takeout, or as they say in Britain, takeaway, because you get more bang for your buck with Chinese and pizza.
Yeah, we've finally figured out like the secret to eating out and saving money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chinese food and pizza, all 4 of our household members will eat.
Yes.
And we can get a lot for a smaller amount of money than other cuisines.
Yeah. Well, it's like on Below Deck, the family style or buffet style or whatever.
Right. When they don't plate, they just put all the food out there and then people can grab what they want.
Right. Yeah. Money goes much further with Chinese and pizza as opposed to Mexican or burger restaurant or whatever, where things are near $20 a dish per entree. So you talk about us 4, that's $80 before tip. But Chinese and pizza, and I've done the math. I've crunched the numbers. And I'm not talking about like round table pizza, which is pricey. We're talking Little C's, which we got a few weeks ago. 2 topping was under $10. They had a deal in there. Costco pizza, or as my mom pronounces it, Costco. Domino's has some good deals. I was searching through their app just right now. And then for Chinese, Panda family meal, which is 3 entrees and 2 large sides for a cool $35. Sometimes they have specials for $30. That's definitely banger. And then Hot Wok, Rayleigh's Hot Wok, also Chinese. We get an entree. We can get a large side, chow mein, if you will. And then maybe an egg roll or 2 for Luna and Lennox. And all this is to stay between $20 and $30 for us to dine and graze and nosh and feast. So that'll be my contribution, honey.
I like it.
And this weekend we're gonna celebrate by getting Little Caesars or Domino's and Rayleigh's Hot Walk. Although I don't like Panda, but when the family meal is $30, I'll look past all that cabbage they throw in the chow mein.
You'll at least eat one of the protein entrees.
Yeah. Hopefully the Beijing beef is fresh and not. What's up?
Another thing with Chinese that saves us money is you cook us white rice at home.
Oh yeah.
Or if we already have cooked white rice, then you'll make some fried rice for us here. So that's helping.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, Panda's fried rice is like soft chalk. And then I just always like white rice in general when it comes to Chinese food.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because most fried rice is terrible, and Chinese, like orange chicken, the flavor is so strong. You want to have something just to kind of thin it out, offset it, which will be white rice. So let's talk about our New Year's, darling. Came home, we both worked, and instantly we were in the garage, and we both parked, and we both closed the garage door, and we hop into the atrium to take our shoes off and come upstairs, and then we hear a bang, boom, clang. What happened, darling?
My garage door broke.
Yeah.
Like a spring flung loose or something, and it crashed down.
Yeah.
No damage was done. Nobody was hurt,
Right.
luckily.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, we have two one-car garages that meet at a 90-degree angle or something.
Right. It's like an L-shaped garage.
Yes. Thank you.
And so we each have our own separate doors that get our cars outside. It's
Yeah.
a weird setup. We have a very strange design for our condo.
Yeah. So we hop on Yelp, and then I don't know who put together this list of various garage door repairmen and handymen and blinds, and for our little condo, just West Sac people, and some of the workers live in our condo thing, so it's super convenient. But we find RC, Garage Door Repair, Ron, if you will. You called him. I was ready to kick the can down the road. I was like,
no.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It was like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So I figured no one would be working New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And I said, we got to call immediately because
Right.
I'll be home on Thursday. So
Yes.
if we can set up an appointment, I can get this done as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully, called Ron.
Yeah.
He was still open at 5 p.m. New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I set up an appointment with him for Thursday morning.
Yeah. You kind of gave him a little rundown on what happened. It's not very complex. And you said, about how much will that run us? And he said $375, which sounds reasonable, I guess. I mean, because my garage door broke a few years ago, and that was about what we paid, what you paid, because you were here and you paid. Thank you, honey. So $375, I was like, all right. He came, and so instantly, I was like, you can talk him down. This was after you got off the phone with him. I said, you should haggle. And how do you feel about haggling, honey? Bartering?
I hate it. If someone names me a price, I pay it, no questions asked.
Yeah.
I cannot haggle with people. I feel
I
like
know.
I'm rude. I feel like it's inappropriate. I feel like I'm insulting them.
Yeah.
It's
You
just
won't-
it's so against everything in my nature.
You won't even do it with the strawberry lady
Yeah.
on the corner?
She's a little lady working hard in the sun to grow strawberries. I will pay $25 for a basket of her strawberries.
With zero overhead and the profit margins through the roof.
You haggle with everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to go into Costco and say, oh, I'll take this giant bag of Cheetos for $6.
You would if there was any way you could.
But like small businesses, people with no overhead or little overhead, maybe doing some under the table, maybe not paying all their taxes, and who don't have to abide by all these labor codes and county codes or whatever. they got room to negotiate. I get a little from Grandma Tien. Plus, I watch Pawn Stars. So I said, okay. So you were showering during this too. We were getting ready to turn in. But I said, okay, let's role play. We'll run some lines like you were auditioning for a role in Hollywood. So I said, let's go to the bank and let's get $350 cash. Because I figured he gave you $375 estimate over the phone, so he can take $350. I wanted you to push for $325, but you weren't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't out here like this. So we're doing rehearsal. We're rehearsing, and I said, okay, he's gonna inspect it. He's gonna do his thing. You're gonna need a Johnson rod. A Johnson rod. How much will the Johnson rod run me? $375. Okay. Now, we had already gone to the bank, and we got $350 cold hard cash, although we had $400, right?
Yeah, I got $400 just to be safe.
Yeah. So he comes back with the $375. We go, I have $350 in cold hard cash. Could we do $350 out the dough? That's very important.
That phrase, out the door.
Yeah.
I had to make sure to include that.
Yes, because that means essentially no taxes. Okay, subverting the government. Am I right? And I find majority of the time with small businesses, not Walmart or whatever, cash is king. They're more than happy to do it. They don't have to pay fees to process a credit card. They don't have to deal with Visa. There's no merchant fees. They don't go through the Federal Reserve. Ben Bernanke isn't looking at your W-2 form. They're more than happy just to take the cash, and I don't know if they report it to freaking the IRS. I don't ask no questions. Just give me a discount. And if he says no, just be like, okay, just thought I'd ask. No worries. But if his estimate was over 375, over 400, well, we'd be screwed. And I wanted to like me and you to sit down, watch some Pawn Stars, watch American Pickers, watch Storage Wars, maybe an episode or two or Shark Tank, so you can learn about the fine art of negotiation. Oh, it's a Donald Trump book. And then I also do this too. You throw in a sad line, like a little sob line. You say, funds are a little tight right now. Can you do $350? And talk in the upper inoffensive.
Don't you mock the people that are like, oh, I need help. I'm low on funds. Can someone give me a little hand?
Those people are crazy. They're like, I'm in a motel. I have 6 children. I start my new job Monday. Can someone give me a new car and $4,000? Yeah, that's way too much. And they proliferate all over West Sacramento Facebook, for instance. And I also told you to put the cold hard cash in an envelope, write Ron or RC on it, because when you hand him the envelope, that's boss move.
Okay.
BAWSC. And then you don't have to count it, and he can be like, oh, and then he'll count it. You don't need to count money twice. So what happened, honey? Ron came here today, early, by the way.
Yeah, he came early. He had a little assistant with him. They were super friendly, super quick. Like within a half hour, everything was done. It was fixed. And they only charged me $250. So because it was so much lower than I was expecting,
yeah,
I just said, okay. I handed over $250 cash, and that was it. No negotiating, no conversation. I thought you'd be okay with that because it was so much cheaper than we anticipated.
I'm not upset, but I am disappointed. And even more so, Grandma Tien's disappointed in you. You should have thrown out $225.
I felt so bad. I felt
when you got the cold heart, when you got the green moolah, their eyes light up and they're like, oh.
I feel like I'm insulting them.
No.
They were just good, honest, hardworking, polite young men.
It was a half hour it took them.
Yeah.
$250. That's $500 an hour labor with zero overhead. And that's his son, right?
Yeah, I think they were father and son.
Under the table, not
Well-
paying all your taxes, not reporting.
And then after I paid the $250, in my head, I was thinking, am I supposed to leave a tip as well?
No, that you're not supposed to do.
I did not.
Yeah. You're not supposed to leave a tip with professionals like electricians or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Good.
Yeah. But, okay, I'm glad it came in far below the $375 estimate. I wish you would have done the $225 offer. Can't hurt.
I think you and I need to go together to like
Okay.
some place where a farmer's market or something. Oh, you know what? When we do go to farmer's markets,
Yeah.
I kind of walk away while you stay and haggle with the people because I can't
Yeah.
even stand to watch you do
Yeah.
it. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I think if you want me to practice this, we need to be together.
Okay.
And you can kind of coach me. You
And
can
it'll be small stakes, like a couple
Right.
apples or whatever.
yes, or you can jump in if I get too nervous.
Okay.
If I falter.
Watch the master at work. But the garage door opener works fine. And everything's hunky-dory, right? Kosher?
Yep, everything's great.
Good. Okay, so let's talk about our New Year's Eve. We worked all day. We came home. The garage broke as we talked about. And then we took a shower. I started drinking some Mountain Dew. I needed that caffeine so I could go hard, party till midnight. We did the shower beer thing, honey. You had a shower beer. I had a shower beer. I got some soap in mine.
Oh
Because
no.
when you're getting all your nooks and crannies and you're getting zestfully clean, soap can ping, ping, pew, pew. So I got some soap in my shower beer. It's part of the dangers of a shower beer, honey. The other dangers of shower beer, you can also slip and fall and die. You can drop your beer in the shower. Never mind dropping the soap in jail. Don't drop your beer in the shower.
That's why we don't use glass bottles.
Yeah.
Aluminum only.
Aluminium. Also, you just start too early. You start partying too early. I think that was our downfall. So we get clean, drinking some Mickey Ultras. We're sitting on the couch, staring blankly into the nothingness that is life. Turn on Below Deck. Excellent episode. Are you liking this season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like every season.
I'm digging it. Lots of yelling at the TV, lots of screaming at Chase and Cloyce. But it's an entertaining sojourn below deck. While watching it, I spilled some beer on myself. That whole putting the opening to your mouth, it gets hard, honey.
Oh yeah.
It's difficult. But it wasn't a lot, and it just stayed on my shirt. So I was like, I'm not going to do anything about it. If it had hit the couch, it would have been a fire drill. Emergency 911. But spilled a little beer on my chest. It's fine. Continue to drink. You did the dishes.
Yeah.
And you made us pizzas.
Yes, I made us little Nan pizzas.
Yeah.
They were super good.
Yeah. Excellent. And then you did the dishes. Somehow, even when we're frolicking and imbibing, you most of the time manage to do the dishes. It blows my mind. Why do you do that?
Oh,
How do you pull that together?
this is something I've made a conscious effort to do because a few years ago we were visiting our friends Mike and Sylvia
Yeah.
at their house in Berkeley.
Yeah.
And we were all drinking at their house that night, and we ended up spending the night.
Yeah.
But I remember before she went to bed, even though we were all had been drinking so much, she cleaned their entire kitchen.
Yeah.
And I was amazed. I thought, that's fabulous. I'm going to start doing that. So ever since then, I've tried to do it too.
You aspired to be her. You were like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's a pioneer woman right there. Yeah, that I remember that. And that blew my mind. I remember paying attention, kind of watching her like, what the hell? But even now when you do it, I'm always like, good luck with that, honey. Because I don't, in the morning, if we wake up and there's dishes, dirty dishes in the sink, I can handle that. I'm like, chalk it up to the cervezas. But I admire that you do the dishes. DUI, dishes under the influence, right? I played some Madden 95 on Lennox's handheld gaming piracy.
You've been playing that every day since Christmas when you got it.
I know. I love it. Well, Lennox played it for 5 seconds. Was like, this pales in comparison to everything currently in his world in technology. But I dig it because it's super simple. And it's what I remember, the sights and sounds of Madden 95 and NBA Live 95. But yeah, I've been really loving Madden 95. And Junior Seau and Leslie O'Neal and Chris Mims get all the headlines, honey. But Darian Gordon at cornerback, phenomenon. Okay. Excellent cornerback. We crashed out at whatever time it was before midnight, well before midnight. I woke up at 11:56. You didn't want to get out of bed.
No, I was sort of awake.
Yeah.
I was aware, but no, I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I want to watch the ball drop. So I go into the living room, turn on network television, which I don't like. Okay, Fox is in Las Vegas. Like, why? You're not in New York? I mean, Vegas is fine, but you're not watching the ball drop? Okay. CBS does a country theme thing, country music. I don't know. Flyover country. NBC, right at midnight, they cut to Seth Meyers. I couldn't tell if it was a pre-taped bit or a live. I don't know what was going on. And then ABC still has the Dick Clark, Ryan Seacrest thing, but our ABC, because we have an antenna, and the picture's all pixelated. Speaking of Madden 95, but it was the best of the bunch. So the video was 8-bit, and the audio was choppy. But we watched Ryan Seacrest ring in the new year. Luna came out and held Frankie up to the TV when the ball dropped. Frankie didn't seem very excited. Lennox came down. He was doing laundry, but he still came down. He had laundry to tend to. But we watched the ball drop and just watched TV for a couple minutes. I was like, alrighty, that's it. That's the end of the program. Then I went back to bed with you, darling. We're back on track. It's been fun, but not really. Like we've never backed on track before. I'm going to start my diet January 6th. Oh, insurrection! Trump lied. Because I feel like starting a diet on January 1, it's prone for failure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
There's way too much pressure.
Yeah. And 1-1, you're the recidivism rate, okay? Do you watch Prison Brides? I feel like 1-1 is for normies. January 6th, it's a Monday, fresh start, new year, new me, etc. Yeah, I plan to. I'm gonna really buckle down.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
Okay, good. Let's get slim and hot together again. The kids have been on Christmas break, which means the frequency of our boom boom. Well, it's radio silent. Well, not really radio silent. There's a blip every now and then. What's your opinion on that, honey?
Every day we're like, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's a little sliver of hope, and then at 5 a.m. one of the kids is walking through the kitchen because their sleep schedule's out of whack.
Completely out of whack.
And the hope fizzles right then and there. Yeah, they sleep all day. They're up all night.
Yeah.
We have no privacy. We can't even steal a half hour away.
I don't need no half hour.
We don't need a half hour. No, it's just we need some cushion room on either end.
It's like that heavy metal song. Up all night, sleep all day. Well, they're going back to school on Monday.
Yes.
So the boom boom will return to your normally scheduled programming. Xmas tree, Christmas tree. We went to your parents' fell in love with their Christmas tree, so we wanted to keep up with the Fishers, keep up with the Joneses. Bought one, and the main thing about your parents was, well, one, it was like full, voluminous, and then the other thing was their tree is green, but there's white on the green, so it's like it's got the green and white thing, like
it's flocked. I think that's called
ah,
when they put the fake snow stuff.
yeah. So it's got the pine tree thing, it's got the snow thing. That's what I really wanted, and I bought one. Unboxed it, and can you talk about the snow, honey? This alleged snow?
It was caked on there, and it was falling everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you just walk by the tree, and a little breeze from your body makes it fall, and then your side of your body's covered in it. Your socks are covered in it.
Yeah.
It's floating in the air.
It falls it falls like it's snowing, or like an avalanche, or powdered sugar.
We
or
were all
something.
breathing it in. I'm worried we're gonna die. It's asbestos.
Yeah.
It's cancer. I don't know.
You can't say asbestos without saying the word best. They're like, just unboxing it, just white stuff starts falling everywhere on the carpet. It was like we were on the set for Scarface. Yeah, it's really weird. But I mean, we vacuum it up and it's fine. But throughout the years, the snow is gonna fall.
Yeah, I'm thinking each year it will get less and less snowy, less
Yeah.
messy. So
Yeah.
that'll be it's fine. We'll deal with it.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Like, why isn't the white part of the green? Like, why is it not part of the branch? It's
yeah.
on the branch.
Like, well, why isn't it stuck on better?
Yeah. Cheap, or maybe the effect of snow. Like, we got some snow on the carpet.
It's realistic.
It's a cheap piece of crap. Speaking of cheap, I bought it for $44 initially, and we set it up just to see if the lights worked and whatever. I fell in love with it. It has like 8 light moods or whatever. It has white lights, it has color lights. I like the dim and the fade. You didn't like the dim.
No, I hate the fade on, fade off. I like just leave it on solid colors. No blinking, no changing. I like white lights. I like colored lights, but I just want it to stay on all the time. I don't want it fading in and out. There's a really fast blinking setting, like you're at a rave. Like, no.
Yeah, you get like Tourette's or whatever. You're like, making me crazy. But I bought it for $44. Okay, whatever. That's fine. We set it up for a couple days, and then we put it away. And I kept the page open on my Google Chrome browser. And a couple days later, it's $39. So I was like, okay, well, I'm returning the $44, and then I'm gonna buy this bad boy for $39. Because as Grandma Tien says, no one gives you $5. Open the page today. Lo and behold, it's $25. That's a $19 saving from $44. So I bought it. Hopefully it doesn't go lower than $25. You can't go any lower. But yeah, we got to return the old one, and the new one is coming. It'll be here the 7th, I believe. You got some PJs. Well, someone got Luna pajamas. She didn't like them, or she didn't want them. You borrowed them.
They're mine now. I took them.
Yeah. Possession is 9/10 of the law. They have like they're like black and white plaid gingham, if you will. But then they have a bunch of red bows all over, and it's a top and bottom.
Matching top and bottom. I haven't had matching pajamas in years.
Yeah. Super cute.
I feel like a new woman. They're super cute. They're cozy.
They're fun.
Uh-huh.
Do you like wearing long sleeve to bed?
No,
Okay.
no.
Me
But,
neither.
I mean, I'm doing it for the fashion.
I like it. Although, in the middle of the night, sometimes when I reach over, I want to feel your arm, and I just feel cotton. I'm like, okay, honey, I guess this is what we're dealing with now. Okay. And finally, we watched Anora. This is about a Brooklyn stripper / call girl who meets a young Russian boy whose parents are billionaires, oligarchs or whatever. They fall in love. he's 21. His parents find out and they want the marriage annulled. Oscar buzz, honey. Oh, the Oscar talk, Oscar bait. It's too much. What did you think of Anora?
They weren't in love, by the way. They knew each other a week.
She was into him, or she kept fighting for him for some reason.
Yeah, well, because that was her ticket out. That was gonna save her from the strip club and her dilapidated house falling apart.
Yeah.
It's a good premise.
Yeah.
Like it started out really good too, but just the execution did not work.
Yeah.
Like for the majority of the movie, like the whole center hour part of the movie, in the middle of the movie, was just them yelling at each other.
Yeah.
The characters yelling at each other and cursing, and it was really loud, and the plot wasn't going anywhere.
Nowhere.
Like it really dragged.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for me.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Why does it have 95% on Rotten Tomatoes? Who are these people liking this movie?
I didn't think the acting was good either. I thought
it's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It's really long. It drags. I feel like there's a few beats that it really hits that were kind of like important or emotional, and then the rest of it I don't know. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's so bad, and I don't understand people who think it's good. And I read a few review summaries of reviews, and they're saying like, oh, it's hapless cops and robbers, dark comedy, okay, whatever.
It wasn't, that aspect of it was annoying.
Yeah,
like the guys, the handlers of the young Russian guy,
yeah,
trying to locate him, trying to make him do what he's supposed to be doing, and they were just inept.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking, if this kid's parents are so rich and powerful, then why are his handlers like so stupid and
clumsy,
unable to do their job?
Yeah,
clumsy. It didn't seem realistic.
Yeah, it was a terrible movie, worst movie ever. If this is an Oscar talk.
Well, it is in Oscar talk. I think 2024 was a pretty weak year for like Oscar kind of movies, and especially because this one's getting so much attention and buzz. Like that just tells you.
Yeah, Best Picture, Wicked. Okay, alrighty, where are we done, honey?
Sure.
Okay, well that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do what you want. You're grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Little Caesars, Costco, Domino's, Chinese Panda, Family Meal, Hot Walk. We don't have a promo code for any of those. Excuse me. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. Do you ever notice that at the end of every pod, without fail, I start like burping?
Yeah.
Or having to burp, or trying to conceal me burping. Or
I do notice.
Why is that? We don't have a promo code for Hot Walk. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, the boom boom may be on the wane, but it's coming back. It's like the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 1988. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye-bye.
And oop. Ooh.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.